My name's Vanessa Nicholson. My job title is sales executive, and that entails me liaising with clients to identify new business opportunities at Civica. The written exercise really gave me insight into how my skills matched the role that I was going for and whether I was a good fit. The second stage with the hiring manager gives you an insight into the sales approach at Civica and who your hiring manager is going to be on a day-to-day basis. You obviously want to like them because you'll be spending a lot of time with them. So that was the insight I got from the second stage. The third stage, the fireside chat, was a really good chance to ask questions. So again, it gives you a real insight into the environment and who else you'll be speaking to, working with, aside from your hiring manager. The work sample is great again because it again emphasizes the approach that Civica take when selling and how it compares to the way I sell. So that's always useful to make sure that when you get on the job, there are no disparities and I guess misunderstandings in terms of what they expect of you and how much you're going to have to learn in terms of the approach you need to approach clients at Civica. The psychometric test was insightful because it just illustrates whether you are personally a good fit. So again, it really just starts to put pieces together in terms of whether you are suitable for the role. And the final interview again reinforces the entire process as you get to meet again another stakeholder, which is great. You get to meet the managing director, the hiring manager, and the HR personnel as well. Sounds fairly extensive, but it's a fairly clear process and it all happens fairly quickly. The stage that stood out the most in terms of, I think, beneficial to me was the fireside chat. That's definitely the place to ask the most questions. It's a unique, I guess, stage in an interview process of being able to ask questions. It definitely felt like a two-sided process at that point, and again reinforced that thought and belief of it being a collaborative environment at Civica, which was great. The most challenging, I guess, step would obviously be the work sample because you don't have any view. So I think nerves were natural. You obviously want to make a good impression, especially because you were 4 stages in. you don't want to have come this far to not make it on the work sample. But again, I guess it was just a case of being confident and understanding and using your experience that you've had before. So I guess those are the two phases to the answer that stick out the most in the recruitment process. Tips for a new starter. Well, my first advice is to always be yourself. You can't be anybody else. So that's my tip. There is no point in trying to pretend to be or trying to use somebody else's approach when you're selling. It's definitely a one-on-one relationship you'll build with your client. Be honest, be transparent, and act with integrity. I think those are the key foundations in terms of building a relationship, particularly now that we are online. We only have 30 minutes, I guess, a piece. It's best to always promise things you can deliver, not to overpromise. And I think those are good steps in terms of tips for winning new business.